morning. My name is Mary Studzinski, the Executive Director for the Pennsylvania Immigration Resource Center, or PIRC. We are a York County-based nonprofit. We're essentially a nonprofit law firm. And we were founded in 1996 in the aftermath of the indefinite detention of the Golden Venture refugees who were housed at the York County Prison for almost 4 years. We were founded also because the York County community responded. Okay. Somebody should have waved their arms or something. Okay. Sorry about that. What is she doing? She's doing Jessica's presentation. Okay. There we go. We were founded in 1996. The York County community responded with an impassioned legal advocacy and a vigilant spirit of support, and it's out of that desire for access to justice that the Pennsylvania Immigration Resource Center is founded. Over its history, PIRC has responded to the emergent needs of the community. We were founded, as we said, in 1996 in response to asylum seekers in detention, founding our detention programs. In 2010, we expanded to create our Immigrant Survivors Project, which serves immigrant survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, and human trafficking in York counties and the 8 surrounding counties of York County. And most recently, in 2017, we've launched our Community Defense Project, which was created to support immigrant families to remain together. In PIRC's detention programs, PIRC serves immigrants held at the York County Prison and the Berks County Family Detention Center. Immigrants are held in civil detention while they are waiting for their deportation hearing. Their hearings are in one of the 3 immigration courts housed in the York County Prison campus. For immigrants in detention, PIRC provides education, legal assistance, and direct representation. For all immigrants held in detention awaiting their deportation hearings, PIRC provides legal orientation classes which help people understand what are their rights, what's going to happen when they go to their immigration hearing, and what are their sections of law that may apply to them that may provide them with forms of relief. Because more than 80% of the immigrants who go before an immigration judge go without an attorney, a large part of what the Pennsylvania Immigration Resource Center does is provide education for those who are in detention. We also provide meaningful support services that can include research, translations, sample briefs, forms, hearing prep, etc., trying to create a critical form of advocacy for those who are without an attorney. For some persons in detention, PIRC is able to provide direct legal representation or assist with finding a volunteer attorney. Since our founding, PIRC has served asylum seekers like Sarah and Sergey. Sarah fled threats of violence and forced marriage to a leader in the Al-Shabaab terrorist group, and Sergey fled the Ukraine after being persecuted by the KGB for his political opinion. PIRC successfully represented both individuals before the immigration court, and both were granted asylum and released from detention. PIRC's Immigrant Survivors Project, as I mentioned, provides legal services to immigrant victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and human trafficking in the 9-county region. We work in partnership with the YWCA of York and the YWCA of Hanover to ensure that immigrant survivors receive critical victim services such as counseling and shelter. For immigrant survivors with family law needs, PIRC connects survivors with organizations like Midtown Legal Services, the York County Bar Association, private attorneys, and also, as Jessica mentioned, there's an attorney and paralegal at the YWCA of York who provides family law legal assistance. I'd like to share a quick story. This little girl is not literally Gabriella, but Gabriella is a little girl here in York County. She has an older brother and sister. Her mother, we'll call her Maya, came to the United States when she was just 13 months old. She came with her mom without documents. And Maya grew up in York County and graduated from high school and married a U.S. citizen. Maya's husband began to abuse her, and it got to the point where Maya realized that she could no longer stay in the relationship, that she needed to get out for the benefit of her children. Her friend told her about PIRC. She spoke to her attorney, who was able to file for the protections that are available under existing law. It provided Maya with a work card and then a green card, which gave her immigration status, and also allowed her to have better access to jobs and health care, and her children now live without fear. So PIRC's help is not only for survivors, but it's for their children, and in turn benefits the community. 2017, if you've been reading the news, has been an interesting year for immigration. I'm going to focus on just one of the elements of the changes that have occurred this year that have had a dramatic impact on our community. As you know, York County is becoming increasingly diverse. York County is home to families from dozens of countries across the world, bringing different languages, different cultures, cultures, a desire to work, and good food, which we all enjoy. Many immigrant families are what we call mixed status. Mixed status means that some of the members of the family are U.S. citizens, some are legal permanent residents, and some are undocumented. In January 2017, one of the executive orders on immigration that was issued was an executive order on interior enforcement. That executive order had the effect of rescinding all prior policy memorandums on who immigration and customs enforcement should go after. What it has effectively done is made every single non-citizen more vulnerable to deportation and detention. And New York County Prison, by the way, is one of the largest detention facilities on the East Coast, and it's the largest mixed population facility in the United States, meaning county inmates and immigrants. Because of the executive orders, immigrant families in New York County and South Central Pennsylvania are at an increased risk of detention and permanent separation from their families and livelihoods. PIRC is witnessing the impact of these policies, with more family members being swept into detention. The impact to the community has been significant. When a person or a parent is swept into detention, families often lose a person who provides household income, which creates tremendous instability and an increased need for social services. Struggling with the emotional and economic aftermath of a parent facing deportation, families are straining to stay afloat while their loved one is detained. The impact of deportation and detention is not only economic. Separation deeply impacts families and can be particularly difficult for children. The Migration Policy Institute study, Implications of Immigration Enforcement for the Well-being of Children and Immigrant Families, examined the impact of detention, finding not only economic, but also long-term psychological and social impact. Detention, deportation, and fear of deportation of parents affects the health and wellness of children, many of whom are U.S. citizens. In extreme cases, some parents lose custody of their children while they're in detention. So PIRC has responded by creating and launching the Community Defense Project, and we have hired a Community Defense Coordinator. Alexa is somewhere. There you go. Alexa's right back there. And what that project will do is organize comprehensive legal screening clinics in the community, coordinate family law caregiver designation clinics, provide Know Your Rights presentations in the community, support all of our legal orientation classes at the prison, coordinate pro bono representation, serve as a community resource for legal and non-legal referrals, and serve as a liaison between community members and their family members in detention. We believe that healthy families make healthy communities, and this project is working to meet the emergent needs that have been created by the January executive orders. PIRC serves vulnerable immigrants with education, advocacy, and legal services. We would like for you to contact us if you are engaged or interacting with someone who is in immigration detention, or they know someone who's in immigration detention. We want you to contact us with regards to immigrant survivors of any kind of crime. We focus on domestic violence, sexual assault, human trafficking, but we can do referrals. And anyone that you come across that is an immigrant child that needs help, we would like to assist as we can and provide referrals. As I said, we also provide community presentations and Know Your Right workshops if you would like us to come out and speak. We would like to know if we can help. So you are welcome to reach out at our website, phone number, my email, Alexa's email. And if we can't help you, we would like very much to refer whoever you are serving to the appropriate resource. Thanks.